Hello and welcome to Titanium Talks Tarot, and today I will be doing a video on how to strengthen your intuition, okay? So this is going to be for anybody who watches this at any time, from anywhere. And yes, now I'd like to remind you that we all have an intuition, and so it is crucial that we learn how to use it. That is exactly why I do these videos on Monday, to help you learn how to strengthen your intuition. And just know that if it doesn't resonate, don't listen to it, okay? You do what resonates to you, all right? Now, so with that being said, I would like to get into the content of the day, all right? Now, for the last couple of weeks, couple of weeks and years, I've been talking about how we can use lemon water to strengthen your intuition, or at least decalcify your pineal gland. Yes, until I started feeling some sensitivity in my teeth, because as I learned through my research, that lemon water actually breaks away your enamel, which is not good. And the interesting thing is, because I have had a lot of family members tell me that's not good, Todd, you're breaking this, that might not be good for your teeth. And also my actual dentist told me your enamel is weakened. Is that normal? Is weakened. And I just continued doing what I used to do until one day the sensitivity really got to a very high extent. Now I know there is a way to rebuild, to re-strengthen your enamel once you loosen it. It's kind of counterintuitive. It mainly uses calcium and fluoride, which are the two things to weaken your intuition. But I was like, you know what? I really want to be having pleasure while eating food that's hot and both cold. I don't want to be feeling bad every single time and having my teeth feel very sensitive. So I was like, okay, other than using Sensodyne to help re-strengthen your teeth, because apparently the Sensodyne helps attract calcium and fluoride to fluoride to your enamel, which rebuilds it a little. You can't remake your enamel, but it kind of closes the gaps, let's say. So I was like, all right, if the only way to strengthen your enamel is by eating the two things, ingesting the two things that won't really help your intuition, what can we do other than this? And what I remembered is that when I used to do yoga, there is this type of yoga. I think it's called Sansraha yoga. It helps. It awakens mostly your third eye and your crown chakra. So I remember when that happened, I got extremely I would get not testy, but my reality was kind of crumbling down. I was like, why are we sticking to these rules? These rules are stupid. And I was not necessarily the most social person at that time. And that's usually what happens when you start waking up. You start to think twice about the rules and the stuff that you thought were reality, and you start bringing them back into focus and being like, well, this might not work out from what I know, and I mean this seems stupid and whatnot. You're rethinking your placement in culture and in the world, basically. But I've listened to a video on Sadhguru talking specifically about strengthening your intuition, about awakening the serpent at the bottom of your spine. Okay? And about basically using Sansraha yoga to awaken your full intuition. And he said something quite interesting. It's like, you need to do it in small increments. You can't do it all at once, because if you do it all at once, it's going to be an overload. And if you do an overload, you might basically lose your friends, lose your family members, or at least lose interactions with other human beings completely, because you will no longer be the same person you were. So this needs to happen at a slow pace that you can manage yourself, and that you can equally strengthen your intuition, but stay relatable to people, you know? So I found that very interesting. And you can do that. You can also search for Sansraha Yoga online on YouTube. You can also do that on what's that other, Maya? Yeah. Or Aya, I think. On those channels or on that website, it'll give you that, and believe me, it's very, very, very strong. So like Satguru said, you have to balance it out with something else. You can't just do it all at once and completely obliterate all you know and then expect everything to stay the same. Nah. You have to keep in mind that it's going to completely change your conception of reality, your place in the world, and how you interact with others, and so on and so forth. So what I found that can help strengthen your intuition through the years I've been studying this is, number one, you eat specific foods that will help strengthen your intuition, which is kind of purple things, white and purple foods. Also, you can listen to a couple of meditations that have high hertz in the background. That helps. I do two things. I do in the morning, my waking up ritual is that I first listen to a Abraham Hicks meditation. All right. Then I listen to a Hertz meditation. That's what I do. Then you can also strengthen your muscle testing knowledge, which is a way you ask a question to your body and then you let it answer you, because your higher self is constantly listening in and always there and always wanting to help. And sometimes the way it answers is by having something happen in your body. That is called muscle testing. Now, one of the ways is that when I ask myself a question and I feel it if I feel it in the right side of my heart, it means something, and when I feel it in the left side of my heart, it means something else. For me, when I feel it in the left side of my heart, it means a go, it means a yes. When I feel it in the right side of my heart, it's a nah, don't, stay away, no. One of those things, also when, so things of that sort. If you actually take the time and listen to your body, you will see that it is actually talking to you. But in order to do that, you need to sit down and have a conversation with it. It's not easy, but it can be done, and it should be done. It's one of those things that is absolutely important. Another very important thing that I know, I don't know if it helps with your intuition, but it helps with your immune system, is turmeric. Okay? Yeah. So the reason why I was talking about how is there a different way to strengthen your intuition rather than stopping eating, ingesting fluoride and calcium, is because, like I mentioned, so my teeth have become sensitive, and I was like, you know what? I'm only 31. If I'm going to live with this for the next 50 odd years, I'm like, no thank you. I can deal without. Thank you very much. So how can I strengthen my enamel while still having a strong intuition? And that's when I came across, well, that's when I remembered there's that yoga practice that you can do that helps you strengthen your intuition whilst not having any negative effects on your body, right? So it just puts things into perspective. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, right? Who was that? Was that one of the great thinkers? Was that I can't remember his name. Though, basically, the thing that I want to get back to, and the other thing that I want to mention, is that error is human. It's normal. We make mistakes all the time. I mean, and like I mentioned, okay, so it was very interesting to me when I figured out that my actual ingesting lemon in my water was destroying my enamel. Was like, wait a minute, is this my intuition or was this my ego? Was this because of my ego or was this because my intuition wasn't strong enough? And that's when I remember that the thing is that I heard this in a video that lemon water would help like decalcify your pineal gland, and I was like, oh, that's definitely it. And that was my ego. Because your higher self, your intuition, only wants what's best for you and won't get stuck on an idea just because it thinks it's better. No. So I basically come to terms with the fact that was my intuition. That was not my intuition, that was actually my ego. So that's where I thought that it was important to say, because that's basically the one thing I talk about in these videos, right? How to strengthen your intuition, how to know the difference between your intuition and your ego. So there is a very simple and very clear distinction that you can see in my own life. Now, so the reason why I'm saying that is that sometimes you really have to go experience the bad so that you can experience the good, right? Like, for example, me, I was, like I said, my ego was like, that lemon water is the way to strengthen your intuition, right? That was my ego. All right? Now, but I think the reason why my angels and guides did not continue to tell me, Talar, go check it out, make sure you do your research, because I had spent like 2-3 years telling it, no, this is absolutely true, I'm going to listen to this, and no. And they not only sent my parents, my grandparents, my dentist telling me the same thing, and I was completely like, nay, what that man said was right, and I'm going to listen to it, and what he said will not give me any problems. So I think my angels and guides were kind of fed up with me, and they're like, you know what, let her make this damn mistake, let her learn from it, you know, and then maybe, possibly, at some point, she'll learn. And so now I learned, because my teeth were too sensitive, and I was like, eesh, not nice. But I did do a little research, and the way to strengthen, if I didn't mention this at the beginning of this video, the way to strengthen your enamel is by eating calcium and by ingesting fluoride. And if you do a little research, you find that there is fluoride in your water. That's why I suggested that you put lemon in the water to neutralize the fluoride, but now I know that it helps in certain aspects. And that's why I went to see what is another way that you can still keep your intuition high whilst having a good dental hygiene, right? And so So now we know that like those two things are quite beneficial, as in calcium and fluoride will help. Sometimes you need to make a mistake, go in the wrong direction to really go in the right direction, right? And that's why I mentioned about my angels and guides being like, bitch, please, you are deciding that what you know is right when we're telling you it's not right. So you know what? Go make the damn mistake. Learn from it and stop questioning us. Yeah. You know, I guess my angels and guides were getting sassy with me because I was getting sassy with them. So, what I want you guys to take from this is that making mistakes is completely normal. It's completely human. It's nothing to be ashamed of, okay? And it's only a way to strengthen strengthen how you interact with your intuition, how you interact with the angels and guides, and all this is for your greater good, okay? So no, there's nothing you can do that is irreparable. You can always make it better. Okay, you can always make it worse, but you can always make it better as well. Okay, there's always another way. Something can always be done. Don't worry. Making mistakes is completely normal and natural. That's why we're here. That's why we came down to this plane of existence, so that we learn as souls living a human experience what lessons we need to learn and take back. Alright? So, with that being said, my gorgeous collective, I hope this was helpful. And so, okay, like this video, first of all, okay, if you like this video and if you like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to help. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price, okay? Now, with that being said, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post some stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. Okay? And now, with that being said, I would like to wish you guys all a very good week and remind you that we all have an intuition, and it is key that we learn how to use it and strengthen it in this case. Okay, and that's exactly why I do these videos on Monday, to help you learn, to help you discover new ways to strengthen your intuition. Okay, so with that being said, my gorgeous collective, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye!